everyone, it's me, CP. Welcome back to the channel. Are you ready? Because today, we're going on a super amazing journey back in time. We're going to explore some totally awesome and super cool things that happened on one special day, July 25th. That's right. This date is packed with incredible stories and discoveries from history, and I can't wait to share them all with you. We're talking about amazing inventions, incredible people, and places that will make you say, wow! Get ready to put on your explorer hats and grab your magnifying glasses, because we're about to uncover some seriously fun facts. We'll learn about babies born in a super special way, messages traveling across giant oceans, the very first car races. Can you imagine how different those cars were? A city built on water, and even a giant stone that helped us read ancient secrets. It's going to be an adventure filled with surprises and learning, and I promise you, it's going to be so much fun. So make sure you're comfy, maybe grab a juice box, and get ready for some mind-blowing history. We're going to learn together, laugh together, and discover together. Are you excited? I know I am. Let's go find out what amazing things happened on July 25th throughout history. Let the historical fun begin. Woo-hoo! First up on our July 25th historical adventure, we're zooming to the year 1978. Wow, that was a little while ago. On this exact day, something truly amazing and groundbreaking happened. A little baby girl named Louise Brown was born in England. Now every baby is special, but Louise was extra special because she was the world's first ever test tube baby. Can you believe that? It sounds like something out of a science movie, but it was real. So, what does test tube baby even mean? Well, it's a super clever way doctors found to help mommies and daddies who were having a little trouble starting their families. Instead of the baby starting to grow inside the mommy's tummy right away, like usual, Louise's journey began in a special dish in a laboratory. It's not really a test tube like you see in science class, but more like a tiny, safe dish, where the egg from her mommy and the seed from her daddy could meet and say hello. It was a brand new way for life to begin, a real miracle of science. Once Louise started as a tiny speck, smaller than a grain of sand, the doctors carefully placed her back into her mommy's tummy so she could grow big and strong, just like any other baby. And guess what? It worked. Louise was born healthy and happy, and her birth gave hope to so many families all around the world. It showed everyone that science and love can make amazing things happen. So July 25th, 1978 is a super important day because of this wonderful scientific first. How cool is that, scientists helping make families bigger? Next, let's rewind time even further. We're going way back to July 25th, 1866. Imagine a world with no internet, no phones, not even super fast airplanes. If you wanted to send a message to someone far away, like across the giant Atlantic Ocean from America to Europe, you'd have to write a letter. Then, that letter would go on a big ship and it would take weeks, maybe even months to get there. Can you imagine waiting that long for a hello? But on July 25th, 1866, everything started to change. This was the day when the very first successful transatlantic telegraph cable was completed. Whoa, what's a telegraph cable, you ask? Well, imagine a super duper long wire like a giant metal string that was laid all the way across the bottom of the deep, dark Atlantic Ocean. This special cable could carry messages using electricity, kind of like sending a secret code super fast. It was a huge, gigantic project that took many tries and brave people working on big ships to lay it down carefully. Thanks to this incredible invention, people could send messages, called telegrams, from one side of the ocean to the other in just minutes or hours instead of weeks or months. It was like magic. Suddenly, the world felt a little bit smaller and more connected. Businesses could talk faster, families could share news quicker, and it changed how countries communicated with each other. It was a massive step in technology, like the great-great-great-grandparent of the internet. So cool to think it all started with a long wire under the sea. All right, speedsters, get ready for this one! On July 25th, 1894, something super exciting and, yeah, a little bit noisy happened for the very first time ever. It was the world's first official motor car race. Can you believe it? People were racing cars. But these weren't like the super fast, shiny race cars we see today on TV. Oh no, these cars were very, very different. They were just starting out. Imagine cars that looked more like carriages without horses, or maybe like big clanky machines on wheels. They were often open so the drivers would get all dusty, and they didn't go super duper fast like today's cars. Some of them were powered by steam, like a choo-choo train, and others used gasoline, but they were all pretty new and experimental. The race was held in France, going from a city called Paris to another city called Rouen. That's a long way for those early cars. It must have been so exciting for people to see these new horseless carriages actually competing against each other. The roads weren't smooth highways like we have now. They were probably bumpy and dusty. Drivers had to be really brave and good at fixing their cars if something went wrong, which probably happened a lot. This first race wasn't just about speed. It was about showing that these new motor cars could actually travel long distances and were reliable. It was the beginning of car racing and also helped make cars more popular for everyone. So July 25th was a big vroom vroom day in history. Now for our next amazing stop on July 25th, we're not talking about a specific event that happened this day, but we're going to use this day to celebrate and learn about an incredibly magical and unique city, Venice, Italy. While Venice has a very old history and its traditional founding story is on a different day, July 25th is a perfect time for us to explore this watery wonderland. Imagine a city where the streets are made of water. How amazing is that? Venice is famous all around the world because it's built on over 100 small islands in a lagoon in the Adriatic Sea. Instead of roads with cars and buses, they have canals with boats. The most famous boats are called gondolas. They are long, black, fancy boats, and a gondolier, who usually wears a stripy shirt and a hat, steers it with one big oar. Taking a ride on a gondola through the quiet canals under beautiful bridges is like being in a fairy tale. It's so romantic and cool. There are no cars at all in the main parts of Venice, so people walk everywhere or take water taxis and water buses called vaporettos. You can wander through narrow alleyways, discover beautiful old buildings, and see amazing art. One super fun fact about Venice is that during a special festival called Carnival, people wear incredible masks and colorful costumes. It's like a giant party. So even though its main birthday is another time, July 25th is a great day to dream about the canals and wonders of Venice. For our final July 25th amazing discovery, we're digging into the past, all the way to the year 1799. On this day, something incredibly important was found in Egypt by some French soldiers. It wasn't gold or jewels, but it was a treasure much, much more valuable for history. It was a big, dark stone, about the size of a small table, and it was covered in writing. This amazing stone is called the Rosetta Stone. Wow! Now what made this stone so super special? Well, it had the same message written on it not once, not twice, but 3 times, in 3 different kinds of ancient writing. One was hieroglyphics, those cool picture writings that the ancient Egyptians used, with birds and eyes and squiggly lines. Another was a different, simpler Egyptian script called Demotic, and the third one was ancient Greek, which scholars at the time could already read and understand. This was like finding a secret decoder ring for a language nobody could read anymore. Because they could read the Greek part, smart people were able to compare it to the hieroglyphics and the Demotic script. It was like a giant puzzle. It took many years, but eventually, they figured out what the Egyptian pictures meant. Thanks to the Rosetta Stone, found on July 25th, we can now understand so much more about the ancient Egyptians, their kings and queens, their beliefs, and their everyday lives from thousands of years ago. It literally unlocked a whole lost world for us. How awesome is that discovery? Wow, everyone, what an incredible journey through history we had today, all focused on July 25th. We learned about the miracle of Louise Brown, the first test tube baby, which was such a breakthrough in science. Then we zipped back to see how the first transatlantic telegraph cable connected the world with super-fast messages. And who could forget the very first motor car race with those funny-looking old cars? Vroom, vroom! We also took a little trip to imagine the beautiful canals of Venice and learned about the super important Rosetta Stone that helped us read ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics. Phew, that was a lot of amazing facts for one day. History is just packed with awesome stories, isn't it? I had so much fun exploring all these cool events with you today. Learning new things is always an adventure, and sharing it with all of you makes it even better. So, which July 25th fun fact was your absolute favorite? Was it the baby science, the ocean cable, the old-timey race, the watery city, or the secret unlocking stone? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you had fun and learned something new. Most importantly, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on our next awesome history adventure. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye for now.